Respect is not demanded, it's earned. For men seeking meaningful relationships with women, earning respect goes beyond charm, achievements, or looks. It involves the consistent demonstration of personal boundaries that reflect self-worth, emotional maturity, and integrity. Women, like anyone else, naturally gravitate toward those who know who they are and what they stand for. Setting clear boundaries not only improves self-respect, but also signals to others that you are not afraid to lead with conviction. Here are 7 boundaries that make women respect you more. 1. The boundary of self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will. Self-respect is the foundation for all other boundaries. This means not tolerating being treated poorly, dismissed, or manipulated, regardless of how attractive, charismatic, or successful the other person may be. You don't chase approval or compromise your values to gain affection. Self-respect includes how you talk about yourself, how you let others talk to you, and how you prioritize your needs. When a woman sees a man who doesn't hesitate to walk away from disrespectful behavior, she perceives strength, not arrogance. Confidence that is rooted in self-respect is magnetic and trustworthy. Time is one of your most valuable resources. A man who sets boundaries around his time shows he has a life of substance. You're not always available at the drop of a text. You have goals, friends, passions, and responsibilities. That doesn't mean being aloof or playing games. It means being intentional. When you don't sacrifice your plans to constantly accommodate someone else, it signals that your time has value. Women respect men who are not easily derailed or desperate for attention. Prioritizing your purpose while still making space for connection is a powerful sign of maturity. Emotional availability is not the same as emotional chaos. Women value men who can handle conflict, disappointment, or rejection without losing composure or becoming passive-aggressive. Setting a boundary around your emotional responses doesn't mean bottling things up. It means expressing them constructively and respectfully. You don't scream, sulk, or guilt trip. You communicate. You say what you feel and what you need without drama. Emotional control demonstrates security and reliability, qualities that inspire trust and admiration in any relationship. Setting boundaries around physical intimacy, especially early in a relationship, is a sign of self-discipline and clarity. It tells a woman you are not solely driven by desire, but are also evaluating compatibility, trust, and emotional connection. This doesn't mean being prudish, it means being intentional. When you take your time instead of rushing intimacy, you convey that you value her as a person, not just as a means to gratification. It also gives her space to feel safe and respected, which builds a stronger foundation. A man who can delay gratification shows emotional depth, and that's deeply respected. Integrity is the quiet force that governs your actions when no one is watching. Do you keep your word? Do you stand by your principles even when it's inconvenient? A man with clear moral boundaries doesn't bend them to impress or manipulate. He's consistent, trustworthy, and grounded. This also includes boundaries around dishonesty. You don't entertain lies, yours or hers. You speak truth with kindness, but firmness. When a woman sees a man who walks his talk, especially under pressure, she knows she's dealing with someone dependable. Respect follows naturally. Independence doesn't mean isolation. It means you don't derive your entire identity or happiness from a relationship. You have your own interests, your own friends, and your own opinions. You're not looking for someone to complete you, you're looking for someone to grow with. Men who set this boundary make it clear that while they enjoy companionship, they don't become enmeshed. They don't cling or become emotionally dependent. This independence creates a healthy tension that enhances respect and attraction. Women admire a man who can stand alone, but chooses to stand with her. You teach people how to treat you by what you accept. Having standards for how you expect to be spoken to, treated, and supported shows you value yourself. This includes not tolerating disrespect, manipulation, constant negativity, or emotional games. When you set and enforce these boundaries calmly and without hostility, it shows that you value peace over approval. Women may test these boundaries at times, not maliciously, but to understand the emotional framework you operate from. Standing firm in your standards builds lasting respect. Final thoughts. Boundaries are not about building walls, they're about defining where you end and others begin. For women to respect you, they need to see that you respect yourself enough to say no when needed, to speak truth without fear, and to walk away when your core values are compromised. A man with clear, healthy boundaries is not cold or rigid. He is discerning and emotionally grounded. Women don't just respect such men, they feel safer, more seen, and more inspired around them. In relationships, it's not about being dominant or submissive. It's about showing up with authenticity and integrity. When you do that, respect won't be something you have to fight for. It will be something you naturally command.